Snack does end up getting eliminated here, and obviously VNGC is going to keep the game alive. See? What a switch around. And you thought they were done.
I'm glad that we saw some life out of them. Really nice play on that Matari, though. Able to honestly play super effectively in that too. It's nice to see Matari kind of returning. She's a hero that I've wanted to see back in the meta for a while because she's so much fun to watch, and her kit's really unique. As we are watching right now, 28 taking themselves a fight here versus Infinity. Lovely little vertical strike coming in from Lob there on to a couple of members, but he's getting himself juggled around, low HP, trying to get away. Sandstorm goes down to buy a bit of space here as Edward goes in for the transformation. 28 looks super good in that first game. Did get knocked out a little bit too early, but were able to do, some pretty good stuff there. Are now just going to go quite happily for a fight, but they unfortunately only get the single kill in. But even so, it's something for the side of 28. They did have to, unfortunately, use that transform on Edward, though. So now they're going to be very, very vulnerable and need to just disengage away. The AS are going to be looking to run down 28 here. So they're going to be able to get away. As we're going to cut over to the side of Mistress here as Mr. Yoso is taken down and Shaka is absolutely squashed by Mr. Smooth, as now they're keeping the pressure up on to them as turning this back around onto BSC. Kirara, they're really trying to avoid away. Kira, sorry. So drawing away Smooth with that pole sword, keeping the pressure up onto Kira. Lovely strike coming in, and down they go. That is the end of Mistress for short now, but they will be able to go and get a revive off.
Mistress for short. What a...
They're such a great name because it's also Mr. is their tag. So it's like Mr. Smooth, Mr. this, Mr. that. I love it.
And then it stands for Mistress for short, which is like completely opposite. You're like, wait, huh? Meanwhile, Dowie 20 trying to hold on, but VNGC is just this big, massive bully. Is going to get the finish. Tells them, see you later, buddy. You thought you had an opportunity, but not today.
Does look like they've made a recovery. Does look like they've bounced back from that game number one, which is absolutely needed. Because if you look at the table right now, VNGC, they did just jump up to 4th, but they were in 6th place. They started today in 2nd. That's how bad game number one went. They went from 2nd to 6th. Whole bunch of teams reeling it in on them. Infinity, again, running the exact same comp they ran in game number one. Not having quite as much early success as they did in that previous game. So questions on them to see if they can kind of continue that power, because they're only going to be able to pick this particular comp so many times. So realistically, they need to translate it into as many points as possible if this is going to be one of their best comps.
Let's see if it's going to be, though, as BC Shaka ends up getting bullied right off of the outside here, as BSC is going to be able to cause some issues there. RV getting caught here, as it looks like he's going to be able to catch the Viper. Gets the stun on basically the entire team here, as everyone starts to get caught up. But Hui's going to be up top, though, on this wall, free from damage and free from any strikes here, realistically. As it looks like he's going to be able to hit him with the chains here, gets him caught up, and there goes that reach coming in from this new player here. Absolutely so helpful, though, in this situation here. But you guys still have to be careful, though, the Yoda Hime still going to do some massive damage and still going to be able to get the finish, though. So Bulbasaur, Squirtle, Charmander still alive in this game here. It looks like the third party is going to come in, but Timex is not going to be able to do too much, as Pato is going to do a massive amount of damage here, including that with the parry. Gets the finish. 3-kill elimination streak and 6 eliminations for Bulbasaur, Squirtle, Charmander.
Squad wipe, I choose you. Absolutely beautiful. Kaimao being run down here by Gon. That extra range on the chain is so oppressive. Really nice stuff coming in from Gon. He is showing some real strengths on this hero, showing that he really knows what he's doing. They are going to just get the revive off on to Sue, get them back, the MVP from the previous game. And Infinity finally on the board with those 3 kills. 5-1 though, once again, running a traditional Transformer comp here. So interesting to see what their game plan is going to be. They haven't got any kills, but they did this last time, and they made a really big recovery in that final stage. We talk about this a lot on the MVPL, but the problem with this map is the verticality. There are very good spots for monks, but there are also a lot of bad spots for monks just because there's so much terrain and hills and Monk can't climb hills. He has to like slowly jump up and hope there's a ledge that he can kind of grip onto with his jumps. So we'll have to see if the gamble of running a full monk comp, a full traditional monk comp is going to work out for them here. It does guarantee you quite a lot of strength in those Realm of Yangs though, so they could just use it for that. As right now we're seeing FA taking themselves a fight here versus 28. As it looks like Eyes just going to step back. I think they're going to look to try and go for the teleport out, just about avoiding the Yue Shin slam there. Last second dip as 28 are just going to chase them back in. Remember, you can't take the portal back out now. 28 Edward is going to go for the transformation as FA just going to look to try and desperately get away from these grabs. The realm is coming, the zone, sorry, is coming in, as it does look like Ice has found himself caught here by the members of 28, desperately avoiding away on the grabs, just trying to get out. The stagger locks are going to lock him in place. The repeating crossbow onto Edward, though. Edward needs to de-transform. He's going low. The Realm of Yang may finish him up. No, the healing is going to be enough. They're going to try and jump in and see if they can find a turnaround here onto the members of 28. Edward is pinned against the wall. He's taking so much damage. The counter comes down. Edward's finished up. FA with the tidy up. Beautifully played by them.
What a way to get the finish here. T-Mug. Oh my goodness. This man is getting absolutely juggled and being sent off into the edge. Oh my goodness, how far can you fall down, Mug? As Mines is going to be able to get the finish here, gets the shutdown and says, see you later, buddy. You thought you had an opportunity, but not today, not here, not ever. That's just disrespectful. Let me be honest. That's so disrespectful. He had to do it something like that.
They're lucky there's no full damage.
He sent him down so far. So far.
Well, we're into the Realm of Yang, and it's like our two front runners from the beginning of the day are going to go toe-to-toe. Transformations coming out. Traditional monk comp versus traditional monk comp. Pampy going to get himself knocked back, going to get himself staggered. Actually losing quite a lot of HP here to Roy Hehe, who is slowly but surely just ripping through his health bar. Roy Hehe got the healing on him as well to keep him up and alive. Pampy losing a lot of HP. Roy Hehe even able to get a grab onto Yin. Yin is able to wiggle their way out of that one, but Pampy is now going to start to get healed up by his own Karumi. Roy Hehe stepping away. The transformations are going to run out on both of these monks, and we'll see the Yuetians come in, but Ivan immediately gets himself counted and taken down by Akami, and all of a sudden 5-2-1 have control of this fight. They had the man advantage. Simpson going low. Down they go. It's all on Roy Hehe on a monk without a transform to win a 1 versus 3. And I don't think he's got it. I don't think he's capable. Down he goes. 5-2-1 with a clean fight.
Unfortunate coming in. Meanwhile, here on top of this mountain is an entirely different fight here as GE. Trying to see if he can get some hits there with the dual blades here. It doesn't look like he's really able to connect anything here into this stature, as it looks like GE has already lost the player here. We're curious of whether or not they're going to try to see if maybe they can catch for the sneak pickup. Could be here as Dow 20, part of SC, is going to try to see if they can back off of this. Tatsu all the way still back up on the top of this mountain here, trying to see if they can get the grapples and getting the hits on each side. Oh my goodness. The scale rushing on each side is absolutely insane, but make sure to be ready here because there are some free codes incoming, ladies and gentlemen, for you to be able to redeem here for your Steam. Tatsu just trying to put it together here as he's trying to just keep it alive. Make sure that his team is still alive throughout all of this here, trying to hold on for as long as possible, though. Let's see if they're able to keep it happening, though.
The pressure up, Pampy. Obviously, with that Vermilion's Birds might feeling quite comfortable to take this fight regardless in the no ult zone. The bell's going to get popped to try and block out some of that follow-up from the counter, but did land in onto him. And SE, they had a solid start to that last game. Got 12 kills, but knocked out very early. Struggling here in this latter half. As down goes another player. SE losing 2. Rethan moving away to the distance. Doesn't want anything to do with this fight. But 5-2-1, they are not even remotely done. As Tatsu being run down here by Pampy. Pampy getting the pressure up onto him, though. Desperately trying to catch with the grab. As Pampy turn it back around onto there. Losing a lot of HP. Coming in as Aya able to get some damage off into Pampy. Pampy being stagger locked down. And down he goes. They still have that Bird's Might to use. They will be able to go for the revive. But GE desperately now trying to avoid away from 28. Edward with those grabs on the high ground. This is the problem with the monk, is you can just kind of run under him on this map, especially at this location. This is probably the worst place for a monk. There's a lot of high ground for them to use, but there's just so much.
So much happening, though, and you are correct here. It's 5-2-1 Akame, trying to see if he can hold on for as long as possible. Gets the hits. Tatsu is going to come through out of nowhere and actually snatch the elimination away. What an absolute finish here to be able to go through as much of this as possible. He's able to do a lot more, though, but obviously still a hectic amount happening, though, in between these fights here. Is obviously still able to put more of it in towards it, though. Let's see if they can keep it all together. A whole lot happening throughout this final one as Ayaya trying to see if he can keep the rotations alive there. Does a good job of it thus far. Good start to these games, especially in this game number 2 here. Is obviously he's just trying as hard as he can to find the open spaces here, catching anybody slipping realistically within this, but obviously it's not making it easy as Roy Hee, the top player everybody's been talking about here, and so is VNGC. Just in general, looks like he's going to be able to find a solo player by himself. Is that SE? Yeah, that is. That looks like that's going to be Kodo. As Kodo is going to be able to pop that ulti here. The question is it going to be enough for that ulti to be able to get him away as fast as possible? It's not going to be easy, though. They are going to grapple as far and as fast as possible. Hits the pistol, trying to see if he can get the pistol shots here. It looks like he's going to scale rush it as fast and as high as possible here. Looks like he might have lost him.
Uh-oh, this looks like a BSC. Keeping the pressure up here on to PEX. Going to get away.
A whole lot happening here within this moment here is BSG Shaka trying to see if they can keep it together as much as possible here. Mr. Yoso comes through also with some issues as well. And here comes the free codes as well into the game here. Make sure you guys are checking in as well. Because now there's so much happening, though, within this space, though. Mr. Yoso just trying to keep it together here. Tries to go for the back and forth. Looks like they're going to be able to go for the reshield here. It looks like 5-2-1 does not realistically want to fight this out here. It looks like they're going to try to dip this out and back this out. Doesn't really want to force this fight if they absolutely need to. So obviously it's probably going to be a lot better for them if they just say, no, it's better. Let's see if they can play this a little bit easier, though, towards this one. And now, a whole lot happening in towards this next section. Got to be able to keep the game alive for themselves.
Oh, that was just like a scramble for the zone there. Everybody wanted to get into that realm of Yang. Does look like 5-2-1. Quite happy to go up versus FA here. They won that last one. It looks like they want to win this next one as well. They got the ultimate available on Pampy. He's actually holding this time. Doesn't want to immediately throw it down. Waiting to see where the enemy team fall. Here comes that transformation. No, it's just a bell. He's holding as long as possible. Maybe waiting to see what's going to happen. As Akame actually has already used that UA chain transformation. So I think they're waiting for that to go down so they can keep the pressure up. Pampy now transforming in. And this is going to be Yin actually losing their life already. 5-2-1. Losing a player, losing their healer. Really, really bad for them at this point. They're going to be in some serious danger. The Sandstorm doing a lot of work here as Akame goes down. And Pampy is just going to be easy pickings here for FA. The team who are currently in 10th place are just going to be playing dodge around Pampy, waiting for him to de-transform out. And the moment this wears off, he is going to get run down. Here they go. Crossbows in. Pampy run down. Nothing he could do about that.
Unfortunate of a find, though, as FA going to be the winners of this one, though, as MVP. Deep into their fight here is BK just trying to see if he can hold on as Romantico is going to be able to patch this in. Everybody's so dangerously low here within this game here, trying to keep it together. The scramble holding on. Shiun trying to see if he can hold on as Mr. Romantico is going to be able to capture that elimination. The question is, now it's a 1v2 here. Dangerously low here, trying to see if he can get the elimination onto Shi Young here. Gets that free one. Yes, he does. It's just like that. They are able to get that going, and they are able to take up Mr. Smooth, and he says, get up, sir. You're not done, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep the game going. Let's keep the game alive. Meanwhile, Bad Milk trying to dip out as fast as possible, trying not to get caught up as well here. Has to be very, very careful here. The Wushin's gonna be able to take him out in a beautiful way, but so is the next team, as BBE is gonna get caught in a bad situation. 5-2-1 decides to cause some issues. Campy's gonna decide to end up getting it backed off here. Really hardcore, get juggled though by those chains. So I have to back off here and be very careful. Look at all the Soul Jays just scrambled all around this fight.
5-2-1 need to win this fight as well. They need to find these kills. Remember, they've got that debuff on them. 3 minutes left until the Realm of Yang just bleeds them out and finishes them up. Does look like BBE quite comfortable right now. They were just in the middle of doing some shopping. Pampy has found them once again. And BBE unable to really do that shopping, and Slows is going to get turned onto. Pampy is able to find onto Slows. Slows in danger, desperately trying to get away here, but he's being staggered down. They can't find the opportunity to get away. He got caught against his back against the wall, and his team left him for dead. 5-2-1 has cleansed that debuff off him, but still, they need to finish up Snack and the rest of the team if they want an opportunity to survive, as Pampy chasing on the top of the roofs here, trying to catch out onto Snack. Snack just playing evade right now and avoid 5-2-1, hoping they can draw this team into maybe another team. Snack desperately trying to get away. Pampy has got himself caught. Wolf coming in, actually springing a trap here. Bell gets popped, keeping the pressure up, scrambling up to the top of the tree. Snack desperately trying to get away as Wolf keeping that that side just cut off here. As Pampy unable to do too much here for his team. Snack able to get the healing done for the moment. 5-2-1 though, keeping the pressure up. Look at the damage from Fat Milk with the nunchucks. Absolutely massive. Taking out 2. 5-2-1 just crumble in the snap of a finger.
What an insane finish coming through here. 5-2-1 trying to hold it together here. And just like that, Yin by himself. Pampy's still alive here, as it looks like he's going to be able to risk it for the biscuit, and it looks like he will be able to, though. Let's not sleep on the fact that BBE's Fat Milk trying to hold on here as he catches iWolf and ends up almost getting caught inside of the blizzard here, but they're all on the outskirts here. They are going to have to push in towards this, though, as the circle's going to catch them, though. It looks like it's not going to be able to catch him inside of the freezer, as Wolf U's choice is going to be able to find him. Ends up going for that Arctic. Decides to go for the heals here. Fat Milk trying to see if he can get some damage, though. They're all outside of the circle here. This is very dangerous for a little bit of everybody here, as 2 of BBE ends up getting eliminated, and Wolf U is going to be able to keep the game alive as they push forward. They could. His player is still alive. They could be able to come through, get the pickups, and keep the game alive for themselves and the rest of the team over at BBE. They might not be necessarily done.
Somehow they are still in this game, but they got 40 seconds to cleanse. Pampy, Yin is juggled in the air, and 5-2-1 are taken out by Wolf U. They do lose a player, though, to the Realm of Yang. Well, not the Realm of Yang, the Shadow Corruption. That is so weird. Absolutely huge fight coming in, though. As VNGC, I was critical of them. Dabby, your curse is cleansed.
I told you.
They have 15 kills. They are back in the game, baby.
It ain't just me. Don't sit up here and be throwing that mojo on me like I'm the one that's doing. No, that's not how this works, sir. Meanwhile, Rai gonna be able to force himself to go get some heals here currently into this fight as IF New. He's gonna be able to catch New in this corner here as IF Gone is going to be able to catch Ibin, sends him on the outskirts here, actually drops him, gets him on the captured parry. Ibin is going to be able to try to keep himself alive here. Matari is going to be able to do it and hold for as long as humanly possible here. Is Gone decides to back off here. Rai ends up catching the monk. It's it alive. Let's see if they can keep it together here, but so far it's been absolutely insane, though, to see what they can do here. Now looking good for them as Gone ends up getting hit. It looks like it's going to be a fiery bow happening straight towards him, though. Roy he decides to back this off here. Simpson also dangerously low as well. So you're going to have to be careful. A lot of these players, no shield at all. So you're going to have to pay attention to what's happening. It definitely does not want to get caught in a bad situation. It looks like they're all going to be able to back off this and play this game alive for the next set. Woo! What a game so far.
Absolutely brilliant game coming in. VNGC just making this comp work for them so effectively here. Heading towards the Thorny Roller. Been a hot minute, actually, since I've seen the Thorny Roller do much. I'm going to do a bit of shopping. Just going to go into the replay here. This was the second run with Yang. So BNGC did lose their first. I believe they won their second pretty whole-handedly, actually, at this point, as BBE were getting juggled around here by BNGC. Really clean coming in from these guys. And yeah, it just looks like there's been a bit of a recovery. Game one, they were rusty. They were a little bit, you know, nervous because it's the final day. It's the most important day as well in the grand finals.
That's fair.
So, you know, just had that game to kind of shake it off, and also they had to deal with the fact that they got the Derby curse on them. So they had to kind of get rid of that as well.
Okay. We gonna put a name on it now?
Yeah, it's the Derby curse. Bro, I'm sorry, man, but like every time I hype up Roy Hee in front of you, the whole team crumbles. Every time, without fail.
I don't know. It doesn't look like they're crumbling currently.
No, it looks like they have bounced back. It looks like they have they were exercised in between game 1 and game 2. Called a priest in, got rid of the curse, and now they are back in fashion. Finding Fat Milk here from BBE, who is just going to look to put some distance between them and VNGC. BBE, honestly, taking out 5-2-1 as well with some style earlier on in this game. Actually, having a quick look just at the overall standings as well. Infinity have bounced back, got themselves 9 kills. It was a bit of a slow start for them, but they now got those 9 kills, feeling pretty comfortable, especially when the front runners are out. Right now, if this game goes well enough, Infinity could usurp 5-2-1 from the top of the table. They could take that off from them. And the biggest threat right now is going to be VNGC with those 15 kills.
Absolutely insane amount of eliminations too as well. As they're going to be able to go for the heals here, number 28. Rest of the team here as Roy Hee actually ends up getting hit on each side. They're trying to unlock this though. They're not going to make it easy for them. It looks like they might possibly push in here for this potential strike here as Ivan is going to take some of that damage here. Looks like they're going to be able to go for the trades here. Gets those gold shields and says, listen, you know, that's cool what y'all doing, but it's not going to stop us from getting our bag. Or in this case, a chest. Obviously,
that is
gets the fine. It says, hey.
That's something you just wouldn't see in NBPL. If one team took that much damage opening a Morris Blessing, the whole lobby would just converge on that moment and just take those kills.
And that's true. Usually they would in this situation. I'm curious. Like, why did people decide not to? Is this because it's the finals?
I just think also we're in an area where like these teams don't play the same game. They play a similar game, but like their play styles are very different. I mean, the fact that we consistently have very small lobbies in these first 2 games shows you that, you know, while NBPL has been very aggressive, I feel like these kind of, I don't want to call them it, but like what quote unquote wildcard regions, they're like mega aggressive all game long. And we are standing in a meteor shower. So this is going to be a really fun final circle, actually. I think the meteor shower is just on the edge of the zone, so we won't get too much seat. But you do get energy, I believe, off picking up the meteors once they've hit the ground. So there's going to be a lot of uptime. Gon, he needs to prove to us why he played this Zai and played it so well in that first game. This time 5-2-1, the team that denied him are knocked out. Gon immediately jumps in, loses a whole chunk of HP. Mines with the ultimate on the Takeda, trying to run him down, keeping them pinned against as Mr. Yoso in a whole heap of danger. 28 Edward as well, going down. FA cashing in on a whole bunch of kills there. Quite happy off the back of that one. As Infinity playing it nice and chill. Mr. Smooth hiding in a corner as Mines find themselves losing a little bit of HP, are going to be able to move away and get to safety.
What I'm finished though happening from a lot of this stuff is you're able to find more time to see where these next sections and these next spreads are going to be here. You love to see it here, as obviously it's only going to get crazier here as VNGC trying to hold us together for as long as possible. This is your team. This is who you've been talking about the most here. Wolfew at the very top here. BBE looks like it's by himself here. Actually, I take that back. Snack is nearby. Don't necessarily know if it's third party or if this third player is going to be nearby. It doesn't look like it, so it looks like it's just going to be those two players, as it looks like there's going to be scrambling as Roy E gets burned on each side here. So much ricocheting from all of these cannons happening on every section, on every side. Definitely have to play this a little bit smarter here. Obviously, taking a little bit of that damage is not going to be good because they're going to have to use the resources to be able to get those heals back, but luckily they do have a Matari to keep the game alive for themselves here as Goon and the rest of INF also trying to do very similar, causing some damage and some issues. Meanwhile, Mr. Smooth down below by himself is just holding on for as long as possible, not forcing anything, as FA is just sitting at the very bottom, also just resting and just letting the team go for their fights here. Meanwhile, Roy Hee, very similar situation here. Here comes the ulti coming in from Tumult. Same thing happening. The Monk comes through. The problems start to ensue, and then the chase starts to happen as everybody starts to scatter.
This is one of the worst circles for a Monk, though. Look how there's so much terrain to hide around. There's so much verticality to use to just avoid Roy Hee. VNGC, it's been a great game for them, but I think, honestly, Final Circle RNG might come to bite them here unless somehow they just make the most miraculous plays go down. I say that as they find Gon in the grab, isolated from his team, immediately jumps onto. He pops the ultimate to give that invulnerability for the next 5 seconds, and now he can disengage away. But in comes everyone. As soon as the Monk transformation wears off, FA spring the trap onto VNGC. Simpson trying to buy some space here for the side of their team where they can get the healing in, but the cannon fire, the repeating crossbows, just a constant rain of pain coming down. Mines with the vertical strike on the longsword, able to get the kill. In comes Hong, though, from Wolfview. That is a massive lockdown, and this could just be an easy tidy up. It's absolute carnage to freeze the lockdown, the damage, the burst, instant Wushen out ult to safety. Absolute carnage. 1 minute left on the lobby as well. Infinity still in this game. Down a healer on VNGC, though. This is going to be a real sore point for them now. They haven't got the Monk transformation up quite yet, and they are going to be without a healer, as Simpson is going to be playing it nice and safe as he goes for a reset away to safety. BBE using this high ground to hold as they got that Dagger Soldier just dash around and just buy so much space. It's going to be carnage, Darby.
Absolute carnage happening, though, within this final spread. As that Terracotta Warrior all the way up top, trying to use their momentum to try to get out of this as much as possible. Obviously, the ulti comes through and immediately starts the burn. Getting caught inside of this Sue. Caught in a bad situation. Ends up getting caught by the burn tick, and it's not going to be able to do much as Mr. Smooth is going to be able to capture the elimination at the very end of that. Meanwhile, Fat Milk is trying to hold on for as long as humanly possible, though. The circle starts to close in little by little. Fat Milk trying to hold on as he does end up catching that elimination, though. Drops all the way down to the very bottom. Mr. Smooth actually getting caught by the fire tick. Fat Milk catches a second elimination into this one. Beautiful find.
No way!
He tries to do as much as he can, but Simpson ends up getting elimination from the outskirts, and now everybody is just getting hit from the outside ticks. FA Love's gonna try and see if he can hold on for as long as possible. Ends up catching the elimination. Does he get 2? Stack takes 2. At least 3. What a finish coming through at the final circle